Hey everyone, U.S. immigration lawyer Michael Ashoori here, and in today's video, I want to help E2 investors figure out what they can do to increase their overall investment amount to ultimately have a stronger case when they're filing their E2 visa application. Now, I've mentioned this many times on our channel that one of the key requirements for the E2 visa is that you must make a substantial investment in a U.S. business, but the immigration requirements don't specify a specific dollar amount that is considered substantial. However, one of the factors that immigration will consider when determining whether an investment is substantial or not is whether the investor is investing a sufficient amount for that business type to become operational. Let's say that the business requires $100,000 to operate. Did that investor invest at least $100,000, which would be typically what would be required for that type of business to become operational? So that's one of the factors that immigration will consider. So sometimes people think, well, my business only requires $15,000 to become operational. So does that mean that that's substantial? Unfortunately, based on our experience, we can tell you that even if your business only requires $15,000 or a lower amount to become operational, just because you invest that amount doesn't mean that immigration will consider your investment to be substantial. They could still combat that investment and consider it to be not substantial, or they could find other issues with the case. For example, they could say that the business is marginal, meaning that essentially the business is too small. So at our firm, we typically recommend, among other things, that the investor should at least try to invest $100,000 or more. Because in our experience, investments of at least $100,000 or more are stronger than investments for less than that amount. Again, there's other factors to consider, but one of the things that we like to encourage our clients to do is to try to strive to invest at least $100,000 or more. The question is, what can somebody do to invest money toward their E2 business when they can't think of different things to invest in? Well, the first thing is you want to make sure that you're investing in all the things that your business needs to operate. For example, if you're operating a restaurant, you need to make sure that you secure the lease for the premises, that you order all the furnishings for the restaurant, that you get the menu, that you get up your website, and you do all the things that your business needs to become operational. And let's say you're doing something else. Let's say you're doing a business that involves selling some sort of a product or some sort of inventory. You want to make sure that you have that inventory secured and you have all the things necessary for your business to either already be operational or be on the verge of becoming operational. So that's the first thing. Let's say you've already done that and you're still struggling to increase your overall investment amount. Well, what can you do? One thing to consider doing is to prepay some of your expenses. For example, let's say you have a lease for a premises for your business to operate on. And let's say that that lease agreement is for monthly payments of $2,000 a month for a year. Well, one thing that you can consider doing is prepaying your lease for the year or for 6 months, because all that amount that you prepay will be considered as part of your overall investment amount. The same goes for insurance. Let's say your business requires some form of insurance. You could prepay your insurance premiums. Let's say that you plan to do various marketing initiatives and you're working with a marketing company. You could prepay for that marketing company's services. Let's say you're ordering inventory. You could make a large order of that inventory and send the money to the supplier of that inventory. And that aggregate amount that you've spent can be considered as part of your overall investment amount. So prepaying can certainly be one way of really boosting your overall investment amount. So for today's video, ultimately I have 2 tips. The first tip is to make sure that you're spending money on all those things that your business needs to become operational, because at the time that you apply for your E2 visa, the business must either already be operational or be on the verge of becoming operational. So you should have all those things secured that are needed for your business to become operational, and you should be spending money towards those things. And tip number 2 was, in the event that you've still done all of that stuff and your overall investment amount is not where you'd like it to be, you can consider prepaying certain things like your lease or your insurance payments or your marketing initiatives. By paying for several months of these various things that are needed for your business, you can bolster your overall investment amount. I do want to specify that these various steps are not a guarantee that a case will get approved. There's obviously various factors that go into building a strong E2 visa case, which is why it's really critical to work with a qualified attorney. This is just some general information to consider. And another thing that I want to mention is that you should be spending money on things that your business actually needs to operate. So I hope you found this video helpful. I hope that you learned a lot from this video. If you know anybody that can benefit from this information, make sure to share this video with them. We're all about empowering you with knowledge. So the more people that can watch this video that can benefit from this information, the better. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.